the man, he's the myth, he's the legend, he's the scientist with all the answers and all the questions. It's time for another episode of Alex's Science Corner.
Thank you. Thank you.
My hands are tired.
From what? Alex, what's going
I've
on?
been biking all week.
Hold on, let me just pause for a second so we've got an edit point so I can cut that bit out.
Alex, what's going on in the wide world of science, my friend?
Well, last week I attended the NECSS conference, the NECSS, which is a Northeast Conference on Science and Skepticism. And it's there for 4 days, but I was there for just 3. A lot of different science stuff being talked about. There was a forensic chemist who was talking about crime scene investigations, a astrophysicist talking about possible theories about the death of the universe, some cool stuff about that.
Say it isn't so.
It's not so. It's not.
In a few trillion years, the universe is going to die, unfortunately. Some really cool stuff. I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about 2 of the panels. And I'm going to reverse these from what my original notes were. And the reason I'm going to reverse them because of Brian's lead-in song before we started the segment.
Okay.
There's a panel about medical marijuana use and a whole bunch of interesting information about that. A lot of states are going to having marijuana, decriminalizing marijuana. Some states are going through the opening up for medical use first as part of that. And so one of the challenges that is going on for the doctors is that there's almost no research about the actual medical benefits of marijuana. The reason is because it's been considered a class 1 drug, so very, very few studies have been done on potential medical uses of marijuana. So a lot of the claims about marijuana and its possible health effects are just anecdotal. Somebody says, I felt better after taking marijuana. Now, there's some anecdotal evidence for palliative care, and what that means is reducing pain for chronic illnesses. But a lot of what they are finding so far is that you got to smoke about 100 to 1,000 joints a day to get the medical effects.
Yeah, but I thought the medical version was a little bit stronger than the street.
Yeah, but you don't want to smoke that. What they have to do is they have to extract the possible compounds that are causing that, and THC is not it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the stuff that gets you high is not the stuff that may have the medical benefits.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the medical benefits. They're extracting
what they may have to do is extract.
You.
Right, they have to extract the part that has the medical benefits. And so smoking marijuana is not going to give you the medical benefits that a lot of people are claiming. One of the other challenges is that because there's no medical research that has been done, a doctor can give a prescription but can't tell you how to use it because they got no information about what it works on, how it works, how much is going to help you. So the best they can possibly do is say, you've got a chronic illness that might be that this might help with the pain, so they can prescribe it for that.
Have they, in the panel, did they talk about any studies that were coming out now that they were trying to do?
The problem is a lot of places that can do the studies properly have not been able to start doing those studies yet. The reason, like I said, is because it's been listed as a class 1 narcotic, which the FDA considers that it has no medical benefits, so nobody is allowed to study it. And so there have been studies from other countries, but still very, very few of them. So they've got nothing to base the research on. One of the other things they're concerned about is there may be long-term problems with the palliative care side of it. Opioids are really, really great for reducing pain instantly, but long-term use causes some serious problems.
Sometimes even short-term use.
Right, and they suspect that long-term use of the palliative part of marijuana may have that same effect. So that's what they're concerned about. But again, they don't have the research to know if that's the case or not. And again, one of the THC, which is the primary component that is acting as the psychoactive component, that's not the part that has the medical benefits. So if they're going to extract a material, you're not going to get high from it. They're just taking the part of it. Yeah.
What's the point, man?
And again, this is the...
Let's face it. I mean, you're... all right, I'm going to shut up.
I don't know why he still has me on the show. I mean, I'm always a downer for Brian.
Science is a bummer.
Reality, what a concept.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Bad,
and one of
no
the other
news
concerns...
is good news, I guess.
Well, I mean, one of the other concerns they have is legal recreational use may make it a little bit tougher to do the research, because what will happen is people will start to self-medicate, and then trying to split out people that are not self-medicating is going to be a little bit harder to get the proper groups to get proper
trials. I thought
trials.
the main reason was to legalize it was just to stop all the wasteful...
That is completely different than what this is.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Right, clogging up court
cases,
system with ridiculous
and
court
police,
cases, right,
yeah.
and wasting police resources.
Right, and
jail
again,
space.
that is a completely different discussion.
No,
what this
I
is.
agree.
It's
I
like,
agree.
that's
a non-science area. All
yeah,
right.
it's
All right,
like
well,
trying to do research on alcohol.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
But one comment, if I can make, is it almost sounds like they're discrediting any research that's been done outside of the U.S.
No, it's just not enough of it's been done.
Well, let's do it.
The problem is, and again, they're getting ready to start researching as it's opening up. It's getting easier for them to start doing the research. Prior to a few years ago, FDA listed marijuana as a class 1 narcotic. And so that means nobody could really do research on it.
Okay.
All right.
So next story is about this fake stem cell therapies. Right now, stem cells, the doctors who are researching it, it's one of those promising fields. It looks like it's got a lot of hope for potential treatments. The problem is that right now the research is they can kind of get it to start growing the cells they want to grow, but they're not really sure. They're not really good at that yet, and they can't get it to stop. So if it starts growing, it can cause tumors. And they found that so far it can cause tumors if they start injecting stem cells. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of places that are selling stem cell therapies. There are several hundred of these so-called clinics that have opened up in the United States, several hundred around the world too. And unfortunately, people go to these clinics, they will spend tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a cure that is not going to work. And, people are selling this. They're claiming they're doing research, but they're not publishing anything. They're not actually taking information for studies. And unfortunately, like I said, there's hundreds of these clinics that are saying that they're doing stem cell research and selling these researches or these treatments to people that, the people who are actually doing the research are saying we can't do anything that these people are claiming. And so that is a growing concern. So right now that's the two big stories. But again, there's a whole lot of stuff in the YouTube video and in the notes that I'll put on the YouTube channel. I'll have some of the links for the old episodes because they videotape many of the speakers, and you'll be able to see them on the on the NECSS channel.
So throw up some links.
Yeah, I'll throw that up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of that.
So check out Alex's YouTube channel, available as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you have any questions about these science stories or anything else science related, Alex would be more than happy to talk them up. Feel free to call us right now at 203
837
9924.